On a Saturday night, we welcome you to Seaside, California. USL Championship action. Monterey Bay FC playing host to Loudoun United FC. Tonight's match presented by Monterey Peninsula Smiles. Hi everyone, and thanks so much for joining us alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Drew Casey, and delighted you've joined us from Cardinale Stadium here tonight. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings as Monterey Bay checks in right around that playoff line. And what an opportunity this is for Monterey Bay playing at home. And you ask Frank Gallup, what's the reaction look like against a 0-0 draw against Tulsa? So you want to score goals and you want to be compact in that back line. So you're going to see them on the front foot in the first 10 to 15 minutes, asking all sorts of questions against Loudoun United here tonight. Monterey Bay winless in the last 5, but when the Union in rhythm and scoring, Christian Valesky usually a big part of it. And already 4 goals on the season, but he's going to have a different role today. Ugo Okoli's going to stay high. Valesky has the freedom to join the attack and drop in as a third midfielder. So you're going to see his movement breaking the line, but also combining. Christian Valesky needs to be active, he needs to be confident, asking all sorts of questions against Loudoun United and testing the shape of that back line here. On the other side, Loudoun United has lost 6 straight, led by 23-year-old Khalil El-Medkar. As Loudoun looking to break out of it. And he has a very special role, the ability to connect the back to front from side to side, but he has the freedom to join the attack as well. He's going to play in the middle of the park, so look for him to beat this Monterey Bay side with his passing range. El-Medkar, he's going to be early and active, getting confident, and for Ryan Martin, he wants him on the ball. 2 teams looking to climb the standings in USL Championship, East versus West. Loudoun United, Monterey Bay, lineups and the opening touch coming up next in USL Championship.
Coastal Roots Hospitality is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Montrio, Tarpe's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean fresh sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
Just moments away from the start of Monterey Bay and Loudoun United. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for this one, beginning with Monterey Bay. No Alex Dixon tonight, Ricky.
We talk about attacking quality. Chase Boone, Valesky, Glito supporting Ugo Okoli on that top line. Donor's going to have the freedom to join the attack on this right-hand side. So you're going to see Boone come century to create overloads. Revlar and Murphy, the ability to play the game on their tempo. Fair, Green, and Kai need to be compact and keep everything in front of you. For Loudoun United, you're going to see Jackson Hopkins and Tommy Williamson. What's that relationship look like? Both are going to stay high, but Hopkins is going to have the freedom to join the attack. You see Kawanda and Zane. Zane very active on that left-hand side. Washington, Santos, and Akamboni, the three center backs, keeping everything, compacting their passing range, and how clean can they be on the ball is going to be very important for the success for Loudoun United here tonight.
Monterey Bay checking in 3, 4, and 5, 14 points. Tied for 8th in the league table entering play today. Loudoun United 3, 8, and 1, 10 points. That's 11th in the Eastern Conference. As we are underway, delighted you're with us. It is Loudoun United in the red-based uniforms, and it is Monterey Bay FC here at home in the blue-based unis, right to left in the opening half. In what is just the second all-time meeting between these two, just the second season of Monterey Bay FC, the continuation of sorts of Fresno after a brief hiatus. But second meeting between Monterey Bay and Loudoun United, early cross in, controlled by Zane momentarily, as Maury Donor tracks it down for the throw. That one meeting, Monterey Bay victorious a season ago, 1-0 on the road.
You're going to see a lot of wide action for Monterey Bay. You have Maury Donor and Wilmer Martinez, two outside backs that like to get involved and join the attack. So changing the point of attack for Frank Gallup is going to be very critical in terms of breaking this deadlock, which is the Loudoun United back line.
3-5-2. It appears at the start for Ryan Martin, 4-2-3-1 for Frank Gallup in the second minute. And a little more on that, Ricky. What are you expecting here tonight?
I think for Loudoun United, how quickly can you get on the ball and really take the sting out of this game? Monterey Bay likes to be transitional, so get on the ball, be compact, but also turn the possession, connect your passes, and finish off chances. And for Frank Gallup, how ruthless can you be in both 18-yard box? You talk about the lack of execution last game out at home against Tulsa. So how do you right those wrongs, get players inside that 18-yard box? And when you get a look at goal, you need to make it count.
Quick turnaround for Monterey Bay. That was a midweek game on Wednesday against Tulsa. 0-0 final. Shots were 18-4 in favor of Monterey Bay. Corners 8-zip. 72 final third entries for Monterey Bay in that game. Only 5 shots on target of their 18. So to your point, Ricky, looking for that efficiency and that ability to, frankly, find the back of the net.
And you see Frank Gallup shift into a two-striker partnership. Okoli and Valesky, those two players have the relationship. Okoli has true target number 9, so it's going to give the freedom to Valesky to run, whether it's underneath him to support it, but also in behind to stretch the opposition. So again, if you're Loudoun United, that back 3, back 4, whatever you want to call it, the communication, the coverage needs to be spot on.
Flag up there for an early offside. Mentioned in the open, Monterey Bay winless in its last 5. Winless in its last 6 if you include US Open Cup in what was the departure of Monterey Bay from the Open Cup in heartbreaking fashion. After winning a couple of games, lost in penalties, to have that run come to an end in the round of 32. It was on May 9th against LAFC. Less than a month ago. That game was hosted here at Cardinale. So we'll see this again.
Gamboni does very well just to read the body language there. Chase Boone is on into a chair. Hopefully he's okay. He has a big challenge. The youngster is going to shift into that left-sided center back position next to Washington.
Whistle here. Akamboni, 16 years old, homegrown player on the DC United roster. Loudoun United still with the affiliation of sorts. It will likely change and evolve in the future with new ownership groups coming into play. But for tonight, it is Akamboni who appears in the starting 11, the 16-year-old. Sends that one out into the seats towards the supporters of the Crisp and Kelp. Loudoun arrived on Thursday out west, making the cross-country trip. Trained Friday, yesterday of course, and preparing today. They'll fly home tomorrow. What they hope is a 3-point performance that would snap a 6-match losing streak. Turn the tide a little bit. Last time out, it was a 1-0 loss to Pittsburgh. Ryan Martin thought his club deserved better. It was just one lapse that led to the 1-0 defeat.
Just looking at this shape from Loudoun United. Offside there, a little bit too eager there, Williamson, but you just see the relationship between Hopkins and Williamson there. Hopkins comes into the hole, Williams stays high. It all comes down to Rocha and Garay. Those two players in the center of the park, they can't get caught a bit too high and give time and space for Monterey Bay to play down a central channel. One player steps high, the other one needs to provide that screen coverage in front of your back line. A big challenge for those two players in the center of the park for Ryan Martin's boys.
So some changes to the roster for Loudoun. That an announcement yesterday of the transfer of Panos Armanakos from Loudoun to Phoenix Rising. Armanakos actually played a couple of minutes as a sub earlier for Phoenix Rising in Pittsburgh. An early yellow card that comes out here, I believe against Donor.
Seven minutes in, not what you want if you're Frank Yalp. You're right back on a yellow card. It's a sloppy touch here as he tries to recover. It's that follow through, I think, that just catches Williamson in. To be fair, I think it's a harsh booking so early in this game. The first challenge for a right-sided back. So now, in terms of the discipline, what does this look like for Maury Donor?
He's been a mainstay on the back line, has played every single minute entering play today in USL Championship regular season in 2023. Matt Thompson, our referee, by the way, breaking the pen out early for the booking, and the flags have been flying early too. Another offside, this one on the Monterey Bay attack from right to left.
Yes, he's offside, but you just see the relationship. Ugo Coley getting in behind, and then Valesky wins that knockdown. We're talking about positioning and spacing for Garay and Rocha, but also defensive principles. As this ball gets by you, your job is not done. You need to have the ability to double down and deal with those second balls that are going to be so important for Monterey Bay's success.
Conditions here at the beginning of this one, 54 degrees. Did not come up high for a handball there. As Loudoun sends this one back, kept in. Ticky-tack feed with Hugo Foureau. Foureau's 10th start of what is this regular season. 1.67 goals against, 45% on the save. Opportunity with some numbers, looking to get it all the way through, but a good closeout and aggressive play off the line for Carlos Herrera, who gets the start in goal. Late lineup change in goal. No Anthony Siaha, who did suffer a slight knock on Wednesday. So it is Herrera who gets start number 5 of the season.
You just see the ability that Zane has on that far side to stretch the game, the pace. If you're Kai Green, you have to recognize the spacing a bit more. You can't jump off your line. Fortunate enough for Herrera, comes off his line and denies the first opportunity for the visitors.
Right side of the back line for Monterey Bay. It'll be interesting to watch tonight, especially with Donor on the yellow. Donor and Green have played every single minute together next to each other on the defensive right side, looking out from the keeper. Gleedle returned to the lineup on Wednesday. Big piece. Monterey Bay, as we suspected, early control in the attacking areas, but still nothing to show for. Approaching the 10th minute. Appreciate you joining us this evening here in Seaside. Loudoun and Monterey Bay.
Great ball.
Good switch. Monterey Bay has numbers behind. They'll go to the near side. A little too strong, looking for Coa Santos, but perhaps a good idea.
That's something that Ryan Martin stressed to us as well. Monterey Bay like to get forward with their outside backs to leave themselves very vulnerable, especially on wide areas. So changing the point of attack and exploiting that space.
Monterey Bay looking to get back into the attacking area quickly. Boone leaves for Martinez near the corner flag and gives it away.
So you talk about the relationship within the front line for both of these sides, but defensively as well. As your outside backs get caught out, there needs to be good recognition and communication between Melby Fair and Kai Green to shift over and deny any transition moments for the Loudoun United.
Pretty good pace to this one here at the outset. James Murphy, the New Jersey native who's gone coast to coast. Here with Monterey Bay. Martinez again. Adrian Revelar making his 13th appearance of the season. Loudoun will control and work left to right. No shots officially yet in this one, but plenty of action and movement on what these teams are looking to do here tonight. Both looking to stop what is long streaks in the negative direction. Again, Loudoun's lost 6 in a row, and Monterey Bay is winless in its last 6. 4 of those are draws, though, in the last 6, whereas Loudoun last 6 times, 6 defeats. Cross-country trip to boot. Kicked out wide for Ugo. Cross in, the header is high. Valesky just over the bar.
You see Chase Boone just licking his lips at this ball. Ugo Coley does very well to get in behind, and then the run for Valesky. As a number 9, you need to make this run because it does 2 things. It pulls out a center back, and it leaves real estate for Chase Boone, the trailing run. You need to have a bit more communication between your teammate. To be fair, Valesky creates a little bit of space between him and Washington, just so lucky not to put it on target. We just see the numbers that Frank Yelp likes to commit inside that 18-yard box. Watch out.
Plenty of options. This could be a 2-on-1 opportunity, but good recovery. And a bouncing ball that could not be immediately topped by Williamson. Near disaster. Again, no Alex Dixon for Monterey Bay in the starting 11. He is available off the bench. Also a bit of a knock on Wednesday. El Medkar. Cross blocked, it'll be a corner.
Not afraid to play vertical Loudoun United, especially when they force a turnover in the center channel of the field. Ledcar at the thick of everything. Give credit to Revelar. Track back over 30 yards. Get this ball out for a corner kick.
First corner for Loudoun. Herrera instructing his group to have things all set. Corner on the way in. And immediately headed out by the Monterey Bay back line, and a whistle. They'll get a free kick. A little too handsy with Santos. See Herrera there, and chatted with Frank Yelp during the week about the goalkeeper situation in terms of the depth that this team has, and the main takeaway was there's no drop-off regardless of who is in between the sticks. Carlos keeping Anthony on his toes in training. Now Anthony with a slight knock, a late lineup change. And when Carlos gets the start, seems to always play well. 14 minutes in, we're scoreless.
It's a good problem to have. There always one competition, whether it's the striker all the way back to your goalkeepers. Carlos Herrera, Siaha, 2 of the very best within this USL Championship.
And Rocha outlets to the far side wide. Abdul Kawanda with a head of steam. Up ahead to Abdul Zadeh. Play in the same areas of the field. 7 and 8 on the rosters as well. In terms of the number on the back of the uni.
just see the numerical advantage Monterey Bay has in the center of the field. And that's by design. Ryan Martin likes to attack wide areas, whether it's Medikar and Santos on this right-hand side, Zane and Kwanda on that far side. So as the winger stays into the interior, the outside back needs to provide the width. It's always that on different planes with your partner in front of you to create and ask questions of the spacing for the opposing outside back.
Having spoken with both head coaches, Frank Gallup on the Monterey Bay side, Ryan Martin on the Loudoun United side, the back lines, they at least expect their respective counterparts to be challenged because they think each of their offenses are ready to break out. Got a whistle here, high side of the field. Foul coming a couple of touches after. Zane will be whistled for the foul. Murphy in there.
Just comes a bit late on Donor there. The ball's gone. No need for that trailing left leg that catches Donor.
Did not see a yellow card come out, but there is a pen out, and that's a foul that typically gets a yellow, so he must have just missed it. It is a yellow. So the yellow card is out. I think Kwanda had the challenge. You get the official confirmation. It's a free kick opportunity for Murphy, edge of the attacking third. Set in by Murphy, right towards cage, ball loose, and it's blown dead. Aggressive play off the line by the Loudoun keeper, Thoreau, and it will be Loudoun possession.
That's what you want from your goalkeeper, decisive when he comes off his line. He knows the contact is coming from Macaulay. Doesn't blink at it. No ill will there from the striker, just going for the ball. Just unfortunate. Thoreau takes a very hard fall. Just see the grimps on his face. Looks like he's okay.
17th minute, sends this away. Did not look any worse for Ware. Launched that one. Saw the yellow card that came out. It was the challenge from Zane, or rather from Kwanda. But the yellow card did go to Jackson Hopkins for dissent. So something that was not seen in the terms of play. But Hopkins is booked. Opportunity for Hopkins. With Armadakos having been transferred to Phoenix Rising, and now the yellow early. That's already actually the second yellow Hopkins has had this season, only at 140 minutes of play. Opportunity here, and the whistle sounds, and that is going to be a free kick opportunity here. So slight advantage was given for a moment, and now free kick on the way. First field minute, we're scoreless.
First field test here for Herrera. Coach is going to aim for right around that penalty mark in terms of his decision making. We saw how decisive Thoreau was back on the other end. Really big moment here for Loudoun.
Santos delivered that one, headed off the front line by Murphy. Monterey Bay wants to go in transition, getting to those attacking areas as efficiently as possible. Martinez, now Santos, go up ahead. Right foot on through. The way into the corner. And Santos will go retrieve this one. A corner on the way for Loudoun. Excuse me, a throw-in near that corner flag. Working in the combination. Right-footed ball, Almedkar. Challenge there by Kawanda. Could have been a head of steam for Monterey the other way. Left foot deflected on the way through. Alternate spin, but no trouble for Carlos Herrera. Loudoun United putting a couple of minutes together here. Santos, right-footed ball in, looking for a head all over the back. Was the defender, but cleanly it was Hopkins who was looking to find the twine, but it's wide.
It's been a bit sloppy for Monterey Bay, playing out of the back. Turnover after turnover. That's something that Frank Gallup does not like to see. You're giving hope to this Loudoun side to turn their defensive efforts into attacking opportunities already up the field with their initial press. So how do you break that press? How clean can you be playing out of the back? Loudoun United is electing to go 1v1, so if you beat your individual mark, you can spin him. There's going to be tons of real estate in behind that first line. So again, decision-making, managing moments for Monterey Bay within their defensive structure is going to be key.
Working the other side, it's Chase Boone now, who has 8 career goals at USL Championship. All of them here with Monterey Bay in his second season with the club. Some time with San Diego prior to joining this side here in Seaside. It stays in off the far touchline. Just 2 total shots in this opening half, 1-1. Both have been off target. Had some energy, though, on both sides. Still looking for that first tally on the big board. Monterey team that has scored the 3rd most goals in the league on the season at 18. Looking for more in the area. Looking for space. Nice back touch. Left-footed shot. Stopped with the noggin. Right off the head of the goalkeeper. Oh, what a stop by Hugo Faru. Edgar has it. Believe it got him right on the head. If not, he got his hands up just in time. Great opportunity for Monterey Bay to take the 1-0 advantage. Taken down, it'll be a foul here. See this again.
Starts on its right-hand side with Loudoun, just putting the ball in a dangerous area. And then look at the heels. The secondary run as Guido comes in. He needs to pick a corner. Have a bit of composure. You're 6 yards out. Slot it in. But give credit to Farrell. Comes off his line extremely quick and makes himself very big to close down the angle. Once again, it just goes back to the message from Frank Gallup earlier this week. Finish your chances. You do very well in terms of the hold-up play from Chase Boone. Again, just that lack of quality in that final third and those critical moments for Monterey Bay.
Another yellow card has come out. Coa Santos gets it here. What a stop, right around that right shoulder, right neck area. Santos, another booking. That's 3 in the match. 2 Loudoun players playing on yellows. Hopkins and Santos. Donor on the other side with 1. Thompson has had his pen out a bunch. Hope he's got one with full ink the way this one's going so far.
Again, that build-up play for Monterey Bay, very similar to what we saw on Wednesday with James Murphy getting on the end of it. Pick a corner, calmly slotted in, and it's 1-0 Monterey Bay. If you're Ryan Martin, trailing runs are going to be so important in tracking those in your defensive side. Communication, passing players off, the lack thereof almost gets you down a goal. Hard challenge there for Martinez. I think it's that trailing right leg as a follow through, catches Almedkar.
25th minute, scoreless between Monterey Bay, Loudoun United, wrapping up week 13 of USL Championship action. Already a handful of games have gone final. Others in progress. We'll look at all of that coming up at halftime. And much, much more. Lugo here had it momentarily, but nice defensive play by the youngster. Boone, and a whistle here. And I think another card is coming. James Murphy might have to be careful. It's Murphy's 4th of the season, so perhaps some of the reason for the disagreement, approaching one of those thresholds.
The ball's gone. Zana gets it before Murphy. There isn't a lot of contact there. There is actually on that left ankle of Zana. But it's a transition moment nonetheless for Loudoun United. You talk about a timely challenge from Boone right before that to negate the transition moment for Monterey Bay, and then it draws out James Murphy. It's an a rash challenge. Now that's 2 players on the Monterey Bay side on a yellow card.
Edge of the attacking area. Served in towards the 6, looking for Boone. He sent wide, a lot of contact. And he is down in the box. Making that run to the near side post. And a lot of contact there. Back to his feet as we take another look.
Ball chipped into the back post. Falls a bit awkwardly into aftermath there from Loudoun. Gets caught between his arm and the jersey there, drags him down. But he's been good, Boone, 27 minutes in. I saw him show off his passing range at left foot of his, but also the recognition of to just shield the ball out. Bright future the youngster does.
16 years old on the DC United roster in MLS. Relationship with Loudoun United. Playing here tonight. Loudoun looking to go here. A little too quick, but they get it back. And now Medcar. Hopkins. 18 years old to his own right. The younger sides in all of USL Championship, Loudoun.
That's something if you ask every single coach within USL Championships, and look, Loudoun is very young, but they have the talent. The ups and downs and the inconsistency of their seasons.
Medcar's cross sent just wide off the head of Hopkins, making the run. Second player also with him to his left. Medcar found himself with tons of space.
We talked about the importance of making this near post run, but it's Williamson and Hopkins making the same run. You need to have a secondary run, someone making that near post and then the back post. Too easy to mark and just so unfortunate. Goes off target. Medcar has been very good in the spaces that he's picked up, whether it's into the interior, whether it's pushing out wide.
29th minute advantage here as play continues for Monterey Bay. Sam Gleedle, 3 defenders around, somehow wins it. Gleedle stepping up. Boone and will be out for a corner.
So such a busy player. So opportunistic as well, Gleedle, to get away from 3 players. And he has eyes for Ugo Okoli, excuse me, just hanging around. A penalty mark, that man, Boone. Reading of the play, this positioning to perfection to put it out for a corner kick.
Murphy still with some words for the assistant referee, maybe going back to that yellow card from about 5 minutes ago. He'll take this corner. Right-footed service is in, ball loose. Looking to connect with Chase Boone. It's controlled by the keeper. Also think we heard a whistle in there as well. go. Faroux with the save of the night so far. Using the right shoulder, chest, neck area where it all meets to stop a point-blank opportunity. Martinez. Boone sends it back. Half-hour mark. Appreciate you joining us with the rest of our crew. And alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Drew Casey. Cardinale Stadium in Seaside, California for USL Championship action. Both teams looking for a very valuable 3 points. They look to climb the standings in their respective conferences. This East v West, only matchup of the season between these two in the regular season. And their opportunity would be in the championship match, league final.
Too many times Monterey Bay is just trying to force the ball, force the issue into so many Loudoun players want someone just to put their foot on it, go out the other way, changing the point of attack.
Outside play here. Getting there just in the nick of time is the Monterey Bay keeper, Herrera.
Really Loudoun like to press, they like to squeeze you toward the sideline. So it leaves the weak side extremely vulnerable. Tons of real estate to operate in.
Williamson almost getting on the other end of that long distance try. Williamson with 2 goals on the year. Team high 26 shots, which is also tied for the 3rd most in the league entering this weekend in week 13. Williamson also scored 2 goals in a U.S. Open Cup win over Flower City back in April. 4 goals, all competitions for Williamson for visiting Loudoun. Hugo, nice chip there, ball is loose, kicked on back, and it's sent in by Monterey Bay. Sam Gleedle is the beneficiary of some great on-ball play, and it's 1-0 Monterey Bay. So it worked its way in from the left side. Fortunate bounce, and Gleedle in great position.
Just look at the movement. As Okoli does so well to just hold up Boone. Valesky does not hold up his run to continuation to get himself in a dangerous area, and then it's so unselfish to understand the player in front of me has a better angle. I just drop it in. Gleedle, something he did not do in the early opportunity, just picks a corner, calmly slots it in. What a well-worked goal that is for Monterey Bay. The hold-up play, the movement from Valesky, and then Gleedle, 3rd action to get himself inside that 18-yard box. Well-deserved opening goal for Monterey Bay in the 32nd minute.
So Gleedle will get the goal. That's his 3rd of the season. And Valesky, this one's loose again in the area. Almost disaster. Looking for a quick second. Everybody paused, still celebrating the goal. Couldn't even announce it over the PA system. Revelar. Slightly mishit, sailing, but staying in play. This is Donor. Cross is in, looking for Boone. Winding was Valesky, and it is now cleared away. Valesky gets the assist, a crafty one, his 4th. Gleedle his 3rd. With the goal officially in the 33rd minute.
Now you're going to start to see the confidence come out from Monterey Bay, especially on the attacking phase of the game. Very unfortunate there from Burrell. Played into the path of Valesky, but then losing his footing. Just so unfortunate the ball does not end up in the back of the net. how opportunistic Valesky is. Coley, we talked about the tactical shifts for Frank Gallup to go with 2 strikers up top to get more numbers in around that 18-yard box. This caused a lot of problems for Loudoun United. Saw about 10 minutes ago, the hold-up play from Valesky, the heels into St. Guido, the inability to pick out a corner, and then it's once again the movement from Valesky, hold-up play from Coley, and then Guido, their trailing run to pick out a corner.
Monterey Bay 2-0-2, 2 wins, 2 draws when they've scored the game's opening goal this year. Meanwhile, on the other side, Loudoun has lost all 7 times when they've conceded the opener. But this is the juncture of the game where Loudoun's been most productive. Final 15 minutes of the first half. They've scored 3 goals this season. Clean takeaway. Comes Monterey Bay. Lots of space. This is Boone. Already 1-0. Boone looking for help. It'll be a corner.
Good run from Coley and good run from Valesky. That draws out Washington and opens up this weak side for Chase Boone. The recovered run from Washington to stay like for like with the winger. Not overcommit and put it out for a corner kick. With a very dangerous transition moment for the home side.
The Union buzzing here. Already 1 tally. Gleedle in the 33rd. Almost had another seconds later. This corner on the way in. Cleanly headed out defensively. Long range fire by Martinez is high and wide.
But he hits it so clean. Ball pops out. We've seen him pull up from distance and score goals that make you just say, wow. This could have been one of those. Ball's extremely nice for him, but the technique to hit it clean, just a bit too much English on it, and it goes wide.
Certainly within striking range, not one of those that is tens of yards high and wide. Still missed the frame. Supporters energized here at home after the goal. Looking to keep it rolling. This one on through, looking to equalize. It's chipped into the back of the net. Flag down. El Medcar has tied it at 1. How about that? Monterey Bay was inches away from 2-0, and now it's 1-1.
Spatial recognition on the front line for Loudoun United. Once again, it's Akamboni, the ability to break lines in his passing. Takes out the whole line of Monterey Bay, and then watch the movement. El Medcar off the shoulder of Omar Martinez, between him and Moby Fair. Lack of rotation, lack of communication. What a classy finish that is. As Herrera comes off his line. Knows he doesn't need to hit it too hard, just needs to get it by the goalkeeper into the corner. Loudoun United, the response of Ryan Martin has been begging for. 1-1, game on.
Certainly a big smile for Ryan Martin, as again it was inches away from a disastrous 2-0 deficit. Seconds after the opening tally, Reddit Loudoun settling in, and El Medcar grabs the goal, and nearly the same thing on the other side right after a team scoring. A near giveaway and a golden opportunity for a second straight.
It just gives you that little bit of extra juice when you see the ball hit the back of the net. Players don't need a second invitation to close down the space, try to pick the pocket of the goalkeeper. And Herrera and Peru run away with one. Just a well-worked goal from Loudoun United. Both goals that we've seen have been quality. Pattern plays, movement, support system, all of the above. So both managers had to be very pleased, and we're going to be watching that on tape.
Akamboni to Hopkins, who will get the assist to Khalil El-Medkar from midfield to back of the net in a very quick succession. 38th minute, officially the time of the goal. Gleedle opened it in 33rd for Monterey Bay. As we play level at 1. This one sent back in, but flag up. It's out over the end line, and a goal kick on the way. Murphy has not been happy with the folks in yellow tonight. So this will be Akimboni to take the goal kick there. I wonder if Faroux, he is not quite 100%. We had a couple of times where he looked a little shaken, but then bounced right back. Could have also just been a one-off. We'll see it develop with you. This one's up ahead, onside play. Valesky an assist already, working through traffic. Nearly a beautiful finish from Gleedle.
How good is this from Valesky? The touch, the strength, and then the composure. Akimboni needs to be a bit tougher in terms of not getting pushed off a bit too easy. Kawanda gets beaten by a simple chop of the body. And once again, Gleedle, we're asking for a bit more composure. Hit the target, 14 yards out. He's going to want that one back. He knows he could do better, and he should do better. The opportunity to have a hat trick in this first half, Sam Gleedle.
Plenty of chances. Akimboni and Valesky, by the way, 14-year difference. 16, Akimboni and the 30-year-old Valesky. Toe-to-toe there.
Just seems a bit more comfortable playing into a two-striker system. Has the ability to let plays develop, let players around him come into the picture, whether it's bringing them in, running off of them. Your Frank Yallop, yes, it's 1-1, but the chance creation, you have to be very happy about.
The only golden chance for Loudoun was buried. To your point, Monterey Bay, 3 Gleedle chances that you would put in the A+ category. Nearly an intercept, good shield by Zade. Looking for Kawanda, dispossessed by Donor, playing on the yellow. And will stay with Loudoun.
Just a willingness to stretch the game, this Loudoun United side. So a player gets into a half attacking opportunity that runs off of it. Whether it's Williamson, whether it's Kawanda, Zane's been very active, El-Medkar as well. Tells you to have the want to get in behind, the want to score goals, be on the front foot.
Third minute, level 1 apiece. That should be a foul push there. Akimboni taking down Valesky.
But Drew, it's better there from the youngster to understand that Valesky can't turn in that situation. If he does, Akimboni's caught out of position. Moments ago, he gets turned far too easily. It's almost a goal-scoring opportunity. It's okay to foul away from goal by the midline.
Not in a position of a tactical foul, nothing of that sort, no card. Everyone can reset. Challenge here. Let's see the ruling. Goal kick.
It's a nice little battle on that far side. Zane, Mori Donor, throwing Kawanda's on as well.
Approaching halftime here in Seaside. Coming up at the break. We hope you'll stay with us. We'll go around the rest of USL Championship. Some games in progress, some games final from across the league on the East Coast. News and notes. And of course, first half highlights and numbers and a preview of the second of our contest here between these two. A couple of whistles. Play will be stopped here. Everything wasn't all set. have seen a total of 4 yellow cards in this opening half, 2 on each side. And frankly, there have been opportunities where we thought there might have been more. There's Martinez for the hosts. Advantage here as play continues. Flag up, offside. Fifth time Loudoun has been offside in this opening half. And a whistle will come here. Chase Boone drawing a foul. He wants a card to come out of the pocket. Does not appear so.
Fourth official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time.
2 minutes of stoppage time here. Monterey Bay opening goal from Sam Gleedle. Another healthy goal brought to you by Taylor Farms. Looking for more. Murphy readying this opportunity as everything is settled. Jeremy Garay, the one defender in close proximity. Might be the last high-quality chance we see before we hit the break. Not ready yet. They'll do it again. Rocha, Hopkins, Akimboni. So it likely will have perhaps heavy addition to this 2 minutes of stoppage time. Initial foul to set up this free kick happened only a few seconds into stoppage time. We're almost at 2. We'll do it again. Murphy readying. Right foot. Good ball. First ball headed away, second as well. Chip back, and it will sail innocently out over the end line. Fading stages of the opening half. Gleedle, the goal scorer, saw him there in the 33rd, but Khalil El Medkar in the 38th minute leveled the score at 1 for Loudoun United as we've hit the break. And Ricky, we thought we'd see some action on both sides, and I think we've gotten that.
A lot of attacking-minded football here for Monterey Bay, but how clean can you be playing out of the back? Too many times sloppy turnovers result in Loudoun United going back the other way. And for Ryan Martin, transition moments. How do you negate those moments? It's going to be very interesting, the tactical changes in this next 45 minutes.
Halftime, 1-1 our score. We'll be back with halftime coverage right after this.
In 2007, a group of local business owners realized a dream by establishing First Capital Bank. We cultivate thriving communities by growing and sustaining businesses on the Central Coast. Our commitment to personalized service remains unwavering, and we continue to give back to our communities. Experience First Capital Bank.
Are you paying too much for your car insurance? Call Coast Auto Insurance to receive a free quote and see how much you could save. Coast works with over 50 different insurance companies to make sure you get the best rate for your car, motorcycle, home, or business. Coast is a local company with local people. We do vehicle registration, SR22, and insurance for Mexico. Call Coast Auto Insurance today for a free quote and see how much we can save you. Or go to coastautoinsurance.com, where your peace of mind
is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Monterey, Tarpey's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean fresh sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
Back here with you in Seaside, California. 1-1 at the break between Monterey Bay FC and Loudoun United FC. Tonight's halftime is presented by Integris Wealth Management. And we begin by taking a look around the rest of USL Championship on this Saturday night. Let's take a look at the highlights from earlier. Tampa and Sacramento in what could be a matchup we see in October or beyond. Opportunities early for both sides, and Tampa got the opening goal, Ricky.
And J.J. Williams, just a continuation of his run as his ball goes direct. Just look at the movement off the shoulder, the cutback ball playing behind Connor Donovan, never sees him. Clinical finish for J.J. Williams into the back of the net.
So it was 1-0 Tampa. That was in the 33rd minute, so middle stages of the first half. Fast forward to the dying seconds of the opening half. We're in the 45th minute. A lot of challenge there. Advantage granted. Sacramento looking to tie, and they would do it.
And very similar to the goal that we saw here. Just look at the run from Nick Ross off the shoulder of Forrest Lasso. There's no communication between him and Guillen. Connor Sparrow comes off his line, and an easy finish for Nick Ross. Sacramento, very good result on the road at El Lang to steal a point back to California.
Full time 1-1, no goals in the second. Now we're taking a look at Memphis and Miami, and there were a lot of tallies in this one for Memphis.
And you get a goal, I get a goal, everyone gets a goal. Jeremy Kelly, Aaron Valoy. We're going to see Bruno Lapa step up from the spot here. We talk about wheels falling off for Miami FC. This is a brilliant goal here from Pickering. He sees Zendejas off his line. Do not mind if I do. Apologies are needed. Up and over the goalkeeper. Lord, he has a family. Quality goal for Pickering off to the corner to celebrate. Memphis 901. Don't look now. On the roll. Hakeem Ward gets in on the fun. You talk about 5-1 at home. What's going on down in South Beach?
Certainly a big result for Memphis 901. See it again. Hakeem Ward. 13 shots to 8, 5 goals to 1. Memphis 901 FC over Miami FC. Dominant fashion. 5-1. The final score in that one. That from earlier today across USL Championship. We still have more action to come in front of us. The second half in a game that's level at 1. Monterey Bay FC, Loudoun United FC, 1-1. We'll continue our halftime coverage with more action around USL Championship when we come back.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Coastal Roots Hospitality is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Monterey, Tarpey's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean-fresh, sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
Cardinale Stadium, we're tied at 1 here at halftime between Monterey Bay FC, Loudoun United FC. Halftime presented by Integris Wealth Management as we continue to take a look around the rest of USL Championship on this Saturday. Looking at some news and notes around the league for what will be the 2023 season. Lots of action coming up, and let's talk about Indy 11, new stadium on the way, Ricky, and 20,000 coming up. And we'll take a look at scores first, and we'll talk about those news and the notes. Big result yesterday, Indy 11 over Charleston, 4-0.
I was arguing equally as big at in the West Coast Open Roots, taking down Colorado Springs Switchbacks, Phoenix Rising dropping 2 Pittsburgh Greyhounds. That's 2 on the trot. Winless 4-1 Garrison and Memphis 9-0-1, 5-1. Anthony Peels and Miami FC need to figure things out, and Tampa Bay, we just showed you the highlights, 1-1 at halftime.
That Phoenix team that we saw has Panos Armanakos now that Loudoun United had just 48 hours ago. Loudoun United's in a 1-1 tie with Monterey Bay FC. The home faithful hoping the Union can put together a second half and grab a win. We'll have it right after this.
In 2007, a group of local business owners realized a dream by establishing First Capital Bank. We cultivate thriving communities by growing and sustaining businesses on the Central Coast. Our commitment to personalized service remains unwavering, and we continue to give back to our communities. Experience First Capital Bank.
Coastal Roots Hospitality is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Monterey, Tarpey's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean-fresh, sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
Are you paying too much for your car insurance? Call Coast Auto Insurance to receive a free quote and see how much you could save. Coast works with over 50 different insurance companies to make sure you get the best rate for your car, motorcycle, home, or business. Coast is a local company with local people. We do vehicle registration, SR22, and insurance for Mexico. Call Coast Auto Insurance today for a free quote and see how much we can save you. Or go to coastautoinsurance.com, where your peace of mind is guaranteed.
The Union supporter is excited for the beginning of the second half, which will come your way in just a few moments. 1-1 is our score through 45. How did we get to this point? Here tonight in Seaside, California. Lots of action in this one. 22nd minute, that's where we'll start. Opportunities for Monterey Bay early, coming off the Wednesday surge, but couldn't score on Wednesday.
But how good is this setup here from Chase Boone to understand there's going to be trailing runs, and in Sam Gledo, we'll see this combination a bit later, but if you just pick a corner, this ball's into the back of the net, but give credit to Farrell, comes off his line extremely big. You talk about movement off the target man, Okoli does very well to hold up, and then unselfishness from Valesky. That man Gledo gets himself in a dangerous area, but that three-man combination on the front line for Frank Gallup is causing all sorts of problems for Loudoun United.
Very easily could have been the second for Gledo there. Quickly thereafter, this was just seconds after the goal was scored, and the restart near disaster.
Yeah, just so opportunistic there from Valesky. The extra effort. Moreau just slips a little bit. Just fortunate for Loudoun United, the ball does not end up in the back of the net, and Bryce Washington is there to clean it up.
So very easily, it could be 3-0 at this point. Here in the 38th minute, though, it changed quickly.
Just look at this ball from McInbody, and then it's Jackson Hobson getting off the wrong side of Maury Donor, and then on the third man running off the shoulder of Martinez and Moby Fair. And that's a delicate finish. A nice little touch around the corner into the back of the net. Loudoun get their goal. Once again, Drew, you talked about composure in that final third. And Gledo chops up his defender, just misses the target. 10 yards out, you need to hit the target from there. It's something that Frank Gallup's going to be barking at his boys to finish your chances, and that's how we walk into halftime 1-1.
So many of the highlights there. Monterey Bay attacks, 4 really good opportunities, 1 goal. Loudoun capitalized on their 1 chance, and we're level. Shot 7-4, possession edge to Monterey Bay. And again, we expected that here. I was offside 5 times. They were trying to get past that back line a bunch.
I mean, we talked about the willingness to stretch the game and to get in behind, but if you're Monterey Bay, most of Loudoun's opportunity comes from your silly turnovers, trying to play to the back, trying to force the ball down a certain channel. If you change your point of attack, you have Wilmer Martinez, you have Maury Donor, tons of real estate to operate in, but for Loudoun United, keep asking questions, keep pushing the tempo, and try to catch out Monterey Bay, especially on wide areas.
One final number from the opening half. Expected goals, Monterey Bay 1.4 in that opening half, and Loudoun 0.3. But that doesn't matter. It's 1-1 on the big board. We do have a change for Loudoun here. At the outset of half 2, Juan Ramirez will come on. Abdul Kawanda comes out. And again, if you're just joining us for Loudoun, Nopanos Armanakos, who was transferred to Phoenix Rising yesterday. You're underway in the second half. Appreciate you being with us. Level at 1. This is Loudoun from right to left. Zane near the corner flag. Monterey Bay thought perhaps it was out. Jeremy Garay working with it here. Monterey Bay in the blue-based uniforms, left to right. In their traditional crisp kelp and dune. I think the most eclectic colors for an organization that fitted so well. And Loudoun United in the red-based unis, as they were, of course, in the first half. So the 1 lineup change, Ricky, with Juan Ramirez in for Kawanda, but what are you expecting here? Any differences in half 2?
I just think for Monterey Bay, Frank Gallup's going to be telling his boys we need to pick and choose at times when to try to play out of the back, but also just when to hit the ball down the field. Always have that risk and reward factor and that balance within the back line. Again, if you can break that initial pressure from Loudoun United, because they're electing to go 1v1, there's going to be tons of space just like this.
It's Gledo, 3 great opportunities, 1 goal, serving this one in, winding, firing, missing. Was Ugo. That really could have been a candidate for a goal of the week or more if he got on top of that.
Try to go for SportsCenter top 10. Oh, his name in headlights there.
Donor a heady play there. Zane could have been all alone if he got past Donor.
MB. Let's go, Union!
Union faithful energizing in the 48th minute. Everyone working their way back from the concessions and the halftime conversations amongst the supporters. Appreciate you hanging with us for USL Championship action on this Saturday with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Drew Casey, the rest of our fantastic team. Garden LA Stadium in Seaside, California. As we wind down USL Championship week number 13. Both teams looking to snap some droughts. Loudoun's lost 6 straight. Monterey Bay winless in its last 6, 4 draws and 2 defeats. Martinez slots in further for Chase Boone. Minutes for Boone on Wednesday and a 0-0 draw with Tulsa. Earning the start here. Remember, Alex Dixon is available on the bench for Monterey Bay. Team leading scorer with 7 goals, but did pick up a slight knock on Wednesday. So it might be the hope of Frank Yallop that they won't need Dixon. Good ball here for Ugo. Kali waiting, drawing 2 defenders. Now dishes in possession. Revelar, second ball. Right here, and it will be a corner.
McCauley just makes the wrong decision in the end. He has Donor overlapping him. Just puts his foot on it, picks up his head. There's tons of space for Donor to advance into an advanced position. Just makes it wrong. Once again, it's a brilliant opportunity for Monterey Bay that goes begging.
So it'll be Murphy to take this corner. Wind whipping on that corner flag here. It's picked up since we started a little more than an hour ago. Good one in towards the far side post from the corner taker. Left-footed service. Back onto the high side. Good defensive stand early by Loudoun. Martinez the touch in. Set right back out.
And you just see how many players Loudoun United is keeping high. That's 3 there, so going back the other way. Brilliant corner kick there from James Murphy. Big time save from Thoreau, not letting that Olympico go in. The transition moments for Loudoun United, really to turn a half opportunity to a golden one. Willingness to get in behind just moments. Force turnover to the center of the park and go back directly very quick.
Just past 5 minutes into the second half. Both teams looking to break the deadlock. Sam Gleedle in the 33rd opened the scoring for Monterey Bay. It was Khalil El-Medkar in the 38th minute, 5 minutes past the opening goal to equalize at 1. Valesky got an assist on the Monterey Bay tally, and Jackson Hopkins picked up the assist for Loudoun United. Very strong clinical goals that we saw. Of course, we have plenty of time remaining, but if this result were to remain 1-1, it'd be a similar feeling for Monterey Bay that they had on Wednesday. Ugo here. Outlets both sides. Ugo turns and fires. And an easy stop is made by Farouk.
Once again, it's a first touch from McCauley that lets him down. He lets his ball come across. He has Donor making the run. Has to slow things down. Then he goes for a shot from distance straight at Farouk. It's 2 instances that do very well if you're Monterey Bay to get yourself in an advanced position. Your decision making just lets you down.
That is now 2 opportunities for Ugo where he received in a very similar area and had some numbers. Unable to capitalize. Flag up here, offside. Jackson Hopkins was nearly alone one-on-one.
But it's just too easy. It's a ball in from the goalkeeper. Breaks every single line. And then you can just see Hopkins a bit too eager, but Route 1 football, something that Frank Yallop's not going to be very happy with, just the lack of coverage, the lack of rotation, the lack of winning that first ball, especially right down the spine of your defense.
A little tighter there than I thought as it was live. Great work by our crew there. Clearly offside still. Frank Gallup sharing with us earlier in the week on Wednesday's result against FC Tulsa. Any other night, we probably would have had 3 goals. I'd have felt the same way at halftime of this one. 4 really good opportunities. Back to it, Ugo. 3rd time in this half. Gleedle. Little miscommunication. Ugo almost got back to it though. Continuing to settle, they'll go back towards the center circle.
To do the hard part, getting inside that 18-yard box. But once again, how clean can you be and how effective to execute? Little plays the ball into the feet of Valesky. Valesky's making the wrong, just not on the same page at the moment, Monterey Bay.
More from what Frank Gallup shared with us earlier this week. On Wednesday's matchup, the only thing missing was the final touch. That perhaps part of the story here in the second half so far. We'll go again. It's been all over this field in possession in this area. Now it's Boone. Right foot towards goal. It's sailing on the keeper and it's going in! My goodness, Chase Boone! Pose for the camera! The first goal for Boone. All smiles all around. An early candidate for goal of the week. 2-1 Monterey Bay.
Okoli does very well to understand to win the second ball. As this ball rotates Albert, Chase Boone, I don't know if he's going for a ball whipped into a dangerous area. Miss hits it. I'll take that miss hit every single day of the week. Just gets his laces behind it. Just for off his line. Just squeaks it into that far post. See the smiles all around the Monterey Bay players, the staff. Frank Gallup, disbelief. He thinks to miss it, but he'll take it 2-1 up. He has the side in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
And that is another healthy goal brought to you by Taylor Farms. Chase Boone there. I don't think Frank Gallup smiled though.
Just one of those, just like, what can you do? But he's a player, Chase Boone, that you've talked to Frank Gallup about. He says he's been doing so well. So much off the ball running, whether it's selfless to open up areas for other players, breaking down back lines, 2 assists on the year. How do you get him going? How do you get him on the score sheet? A goal like that, it's going to do a world of good for his confidence.
Goal was assisted by number 9, Ugo Okoli.
Ugo Okoli is going to get an assist on the goal. That's his first of the season as well. Loudoun again looking to quickly equalize here inside and sent away. Juan Ramirez. So 2-1 our score. Chase Boone, 54th minute. And the goal coming. Ugo the assist. Second season at Monterey Bay for Boone. Again, first of this season, had 8 a season ago. 9 in his Monterey Bay FC career, and at the moment, it's the difference here at 2-1.
Great ball.
Looking for more. Right foot across. It got deflected. Nobody home. Ball is loose. Live ball. And it's out. Big sequence there.
Murphy has the ability to break this back line for Loudoun United. The second-hand movement once again from Ugo Okoli. As Valesky understands, very unselfish to sweat this ball across, but give credit to Loudoun United. They close down the space very well to deny Okoli the 3rd goal on the night.
2-1 Monterey Bay. Loudoun keeper Hugo Farou not pleased that that play was not stopped. Another look at the goal from Boone. Smiling on the miss-hit cross. In postgame, though, I think the answer will be, oh, that was my intention, and Farou just can only shake his head. Beautiful strike, and all smiles. Tonight's match presented by Monterey Peninsula Smiles. Plenty of smiles there. And we return to action after the brief stoppage. The conversations. 58th minute, 2-1. Donor biding his time, now tosses in. No lead safe here. More than a half hour remaining. And the Boone tally probably coming on the 5th, 6th best chance that Monterey Bay has had in this one. Doesn't matter.
What does this reaction look like now for Loudoun United? Next 5 minutes are going to be very important. Looking throughout play or the center of the field. Looks Ramirez, Rocha, Garay. Medcard's been very quiet in the second half. You need to get him going. You need to get him on the ball if you're Ryan Martin. Haven't really got on the same rhythm that we saw them in the first half. Ability to pick out spaces, to play balls into dangerous areas. It's been all one-way traffic for Monterey Bay coming out of the break.
Possession nearly 70-30 in the second half. And I'll believe those numbers with what we've seen through the first 15 minutes of half two. Whistle here for a foul. Chase Boone's goal in the 54th minute, the difference. Reversal from Kai Green. The native of Jersey City, New Jersey. A couple of Jersey guys on this Monterey Bay side. James Murphy's from Scotch Plains. Can't get much farther apart from each other coast to coast. Birds out for Hugo Farou amongst the partisan Union crowd. Has to feel good to see 2 goals up on the board for Monterey Bay, who, even though having entered today with the 3rd most goals scored in the league, had only scored 1 goal in the previous 3 matches. Breaking out here a bit this evening. Good combination to free up some space. Revelar intercepted, telegraphed. Back in Boney, able to grab an outlet up the near side line for Williamson from Hopkins. Tommy Williamson has been ultra quiet in the second half. The ball has just not been in the attacking third really at all for Loudoun since we resumed.
Just in their defensive shape more times often than not in the second half. So the big challenge for the front players, when you get on the ball, how good can you be in terms of just keeping possession, relieving some of the pressure, being a focal point to play off of? So far, United has been forcing turnovers but giving the ball right back. There's no need to play that ball. Example A, Zane.
Looking for Williamson, but a low percentage connection. Time to settle back if you're Monterey Bay. Carlos Herrera. His second season with Monterey Bay, also his second season in USL Championship. Fifth start. Goals against of 1.5. A whistle here, and it is going to be a change for Loudoun here. Abdul Zane is going to come off, and Wesley Leggett is going to come on. The 22-year-old has 1 goal this season, would love another to make an equalizer here. Sub coming in the 63rd minute, just seconds ago.
Really good first half there from Zane. So active on that far side, ability to get on the ball and stretch the game. Kind of faded in the second half, didn't really see too much action.
Ball up ahead on rusher. As Murphy did take that extra hop to Hugo in the box.
It's a big challenge for Leggett now, just giving an outlet to play out of. Cause problems and ask questions to test the shape of Monterey Bay's back line. Well, James Murphy really coming alive, pulling the string from a deep line possession.
Toledo's cross cleared away by Bryce Washington. Leggett has been good in short spurts throughout the course of his career. Has about a half-hour spurt here for Loudoun, looking to equalize, but here it will be a corner kick for Monterey Bay. James Murphy, who's playing with the yellow card. That was way back in the first half. In fact, there are 4 players with yellows in this one. All were handed out in the first half. As Murphy readies for the corner here. Right-footed service, top of the 6, headed away. Out of immediate danger. And Loudoun now looking to use it as a breakout. It was Santos who headed away. Through ball ahead. Traffic there, though. Intended for Wesley Leggett, with Donor on the chase and keeps it in. They'll deliver this one away.
Such good recovery run there from Donor. But if you're Jeremy Gray, decision making just a bit tad off in terms of your timing. For 3v2 going back the other way, you want to push it at the tempo and make a back line player make a decision. As they collapse, that's when you play the ball out wide to your ongoing runners. If you played a bit too early, exactly what happens. Donor has the ability to read it, close it down. Now what a game changer this is going to be for Frank Yallo.
See Alex Dixon there, who did not start. Team's leading scorer, 7 goals. That's the 3rd most in the league as well. Slight knock on Wednesday. Busy week. And it will be 25 minutes or so if Dixon finishes this one to completion. The crowd loves it. Ugo Okoli is the man to check out. What at the moment is the assist on the go-ahead goal.
Solid shift there from Okoli. Hold-up play was spot on, bringing players in, very patient in his build-up. Now it's going to be a different look going forward for Monterey Bay. Valesi's going to be the high player. Galito's going to come underneath him. You have Alex Dixon on the right-hand side, Chase Boone on the left-hand side. Talk about fluidity, the ability to change in and out of formations for Monterey Bay on display here.
Very potent with all of those names. Murphy will take this corner, as he has throughout. 6-1 of the night for the home side. Light winds here at Seaside. Right-footed ball in. First ball headed up. Now a punch. Keeper off the line. And Loudoun again looking to run in some transition. To settle in, Aiden Rocha, 22-year-old. Rocha and Leggett on the Loudoun side, who are both on the field at the same time, actually have shared the field in years past as members of the St. John's Red Storm. A little continuity there. Wesley Leggett, actually one of the unique players, talk about the college landscape for a moment, who played both for St. John's and UConn. Bitter rivals. Opportunities to play for both in the Big East. Along with the former Big East man myself here tonight, Ricky Lopez-Espin from Creighton in his college playing days.
He's waiting when that one's going to come out.
Follow up quick.
But again, talking about Monterey Bay, 2 times already back-to-back, you're almost getting caught out on your attacking corner kick. So your spacing and your positioning on your set pieces needs to be a bit better. You know that Loudoun wants to run out in transition. They want to be vertical. So how do you negate that? You only always want to have a +1, especially when you're on the ball.
69th minute now. 1-1 at the break. Chase Boone the difference so far. Here's Boone again. This is a cross, clearly a cross this time, and sent away. Got in a bit deeper from his aerial cross that sailed in a little more than 10 minutes ago. No contact, little jousting, challenge, and we're playing on through both. Here's some space for Donor. Maury Donor drops off, good find. Bouncing ball, right-footed shot is blocked. Just took too much time to settle and fire from Sam Gleedle. Step through, Monterey Bay looking to keep. Instead handled back. Shots now 10-4 in favor of the Union. 5-1 on frame. Over the top, onside play. And there will be no whistle here. And there was Wesley Leggett with the late challenge from Walmer Martinez to get in front. But again, very similar nearly to how Loudoun scored in the first half.
It's all about playing off the shoulder as Williamson drops in. Leggett gets in behind. On first look, Martinez comes in flying, takes out the attacking player, Akamboni, as he makes way for Sargis. I thought he was terrific. The youngster, the left-sided center back, the ability with the ball at his feet. A rarity to have at that young age to pick out passes, but also picking, choosing your times, when to have the recovery run and when to be composed on the ball.
So Sargis comes on alongside with Zach Ryan, who is the Loudoun United goal-scoring leader with 5 goals. 2 assists as well this season, tied for the team lead. All competitions, 7 goals for Ryan. We'll find the equalizer.
How good is this from Monterey Bay? Donor is just terrific at understanding when to get into that final third. But as Valesky makes this run, that opens up space at the back post from Gleedle. And it's been the theme, the decision-making. How clean can you be from saying Gleedle? Just not clean enough in around that 18-yard box. Elects to come back into the interior to his preferred right foot.
Moving back to Chase Boone. And with Maury Donor, around for Green. Trickle on back. Big midweek coming up in USL Championship. 2 clubs still alive in the US Open Cup. Quarterfinals on Tuesday and Wednesday. It will be Pittsburgh Riverhounds on the road at FC Cincinnati Tuesday. And then Birmingham will host Inter Miami of MLS coming up on Wednesday. 2 opportunities for USL Championship sides to move to the semifinals of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. That's Tuesday and Wednesday evening. Great opportunity for some league sides. Here, Loudoun is searching for an equalizer. Leveled it in the first half. Took less than 6 minutes. Monterey Bay has enjoyed this 2-1 lead since the 54th minute. Carlos Herrera, 2 wins this season, 2-1-1 at his 4 starts. No clean sheets. That will remain the same here with the 1 goal conceded to this point. But he and the Union hope that's it. Owner going for a bit of a walk in the park. Got up there a bit as he tosses in. Fake the left-footed service and reverses centrally and all the way on back for Moby Fair. So we've seen the insertion of Hayden Sargis for Loudoun United, of Wesley Leggett, of Juan Ramirez, and of Zach Ryan. Could it be one of those 4 or somebody else to try and equalize here?
Just talking about Zach Ryan coming in now on that front line from Loudoun United. Now you have Jackson Hopkins, Zach Ryan, and Tommy Williamson in front 3. Talk about talent, talk about game changers for Ryan Martin. So how quickly can they get on the same page and play together? We saw how good Monterey Bay in terms of their front 3 were working together, running off of each other. Interesting, we had to talk with Ryan Martin, the ability to ask him about Zach Ryan. He said, look, he's MLS level. We talked to every single coach around USL Championship that how he's not had the ability to make it stick at that level is beyond them. Again, 5 goals, 2 assists off the gate in terms of his motivation, and watch out.
Coming way off the line there. No whistles sounding. Now it's going to sound. And we're going to get a free kick opportunity as a result of it. A couple of these moments here where, for the most part, play has just continued. Very dangerous opportunity, nearly a 3-1 opportunity.
You've seen different looks from Monterey Bay, whether it's playing through lines, whether it's playing direct. Whatever it is, making this back line from Loudoun be very busy and very honest in terms of their shape.
Yellow card did come out. Juan Ramirez, the second half substitute, came on at the halfway mark. First yellow of the second into the book of our referee, Matt Thompson. James Murphy readying the service. Wide side, second ball deflected, and we'll have a corner. Tommy Williamson with the slide away. Murphy again will take that slow jog over to the corner flag. Supporters hoping they can celebrate here and establish some comfort with a multi-goal lead for the first time tonight. Murphy's ball in, swinging towards the back post, and Boone could not find it on frame.
And we've talked about the quality for Murphy to whip in a ball from the corner. Second time he's elected to go back post, but where's the marking? Zach Ryan, Williamson, both caught ball watching. Chase Boone is going to want this one back. He should be hitting the target about 7 yards out.
Monterey Bay clearing that one out. And Loudoun maintains some offensive third possession. Here's to be a no. Boone back. Good ball up ahead for Gleedle. relatively quiet in the second. Keyword relatively, because he was on fire in the first.
And it's those little actions just like that, putting pressure on Farrell, forcing a turnover, that makes him such a nightmare to defend. 78th minute, the extra effort to extend his run, put the goalkeeper under pressure, makes him so special and so important for Monterey Bay.
Mentioning Zach Ryan and the caliber of player that many around the league hold Zach to. The 5 goals, the 2 assists. It's been a while since Ryan has scored, however. His last goal was on April the 26th in the 3rd round of the Open Cup against Flower City Union. Tons of action offensively. The early part of the schedule for the Chatham, New Jersey native. Aiden Rocha's ball up ahead. Couldn't be controlled. James Murphy up ahead. Loudoun looking to build here. Ball-oriented team with the high press. Strong challenge there. It's clean. Quickly though sent back out, starting to see Monterey Bay commit more and more numbers behind the ball as we tick into the 80s. Looking for Williamson. Follow-up try for El Medcar, the goal scorer. Couldn't quite get to it first. Now Rocha with Ramirez and on back for Sarkis. Hopkins getting the start. Second of the season, big part of that likely in place of Armanakis, again transferred yesterday officially to Phoenix. Actually played earlier tonight in Pittsburgh. A couple of minutes off the bench with his new club. Loudoun has not won in 41 days. The last time, April the 23rd. Need something exceptional to change that. Monterey Bay looking for its first USL Championship win since April the 22nd. It was 42 days ago. Boone reverses it. Nice touch there to maintain possession. Long range, and that's high from James Murphy.
He's been very quiet since coming on, Alex Dixon. Second action to get in behind this back line from Loudoun, and as he comes scrambling, then comes back across. We've seen Wilmer Martinez have a go early in this first half. Such a difficult technique. As this ball's coming across your body, you need to hit it the right amount of spin. Head over the ball, shoulders down. His balance was all off. That's why you see go up and over. He's been so good in the second half, the ability to dictate tempo from a deep line position. James Murphy.
Hopkins' ball. Santos, cross in, back touch. Crafty. Zach Ryan there. Almost did something exceptional that we were hinting Loudoun might need here.
As this ball comes behind him. If you're Tommy Williamson, you need to be barking at Zach Ryan to let this thing go through. You're by yourself. This back line for Monterey Bay has retreated. If you're a striker and you're Zach Ryan, there's no one telling you behind. You need to make a play on that ball. In terms of communication, just a bit lacking for Loudoun in that instance.
We've seen those similar runs. Not quite overlapping runs, but almost the same run that have caused some problems on both ends here.
Every time you talk to a head coach or an attacking coach, it's so important for a number 9 to crash towards that near post. It does two things. One, if you get on the end of it, it's an easy tap in. Great movement.
Good ball here for Williamson. Good recovery. It's Donor who sends this one in. Loose ball. Sent away. El Medgar, a one-touch. He was able to control. Could have perhaps tied it at 2.
Finishing that thought second, Larry. It pulls out a center back to open up space for a secondary run.
Loudoun trying to sustain this pressure in the quest to tie it 2. Rocha and Hopkins working here. Switch to the back line momentarily, and right on back to Rocha, the 22-year-old. For some space was on Medgar there, but nothing was doing. Back to Williamson on the edge of that center circle here at Cardinale Stadium in Seaside, California. Nearly came up on the right hand, but it did not. Play continues. Will we get a whistle here? I don't think so. We are not. It's going to be a goal kick. If this result holds, Monterey Bay would move to 3, 2, and 3 here at home, which would be 12 points out of a possible 24. Cardinale Stadium here on the campus of California State University, Monterey Bay, of course. Appreciate you being with us, the rest of our team, and alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Drew Casey. USL Championship on a Saturday night. Hopkins setting that one ahead. Set out wide. For some combination play. Locha went off with a run on the left side. Still hanging out down there. Off screen left. Now he retreats. Sent on ahead. No connection though. Into the 86th minute we go. And a whistle here. We are going to get a change, as we will see Simon Dawkins come on for Monterey Bay. Here in the 86th minute. Chase Boone is going to exit, and so far the hero.
Is it a cross? Is it a goal? Is it a shot? No one knows. Chase Boone will definitely take it though. He squeaks into that far post, catches for off his line. As we stand, like Miguel just said, it's the game winner.
Sixth minute into the 87th we go. Had a few stoppages, but don't expect a massive number in stoppage time.
Talk about the luxury for Frank Yelp to bring in Simon Dawkins. The experience that he's had, a massive pickup he's been for Monterey Bay. Just going to sit in the center of the park and slow things down. Sense of calmness, steadiness. See games out. Very good in terms of possession, his positioning, leader within the locker room.
Just the 4th appearance of USL Championship action this year. It's factored in US Open Cup competition. It's been very good late in games and scoring areas too. Hit the crossbar on Wednesday against Tulsa in the 83rd minute. And also tied the game against LAFC in the Open Cup round of 32. It was in the 90th minute. The game eventually went to PKs and a heartbreaking loss for Monterey Bay that ended their quest there. And this one for El Medgar. Has a little too much on it, but that's okay because it's a corner.
You'd be very careful now if you're Monterey Bay in terms of the spacing and positioning. For Rebellard Murphy, one ball just beat both of them, and you just saw Williamson get in that half pocket. Now it's a very dangerous set piece.
Corner is in, finds ahead of Loudoun in red, but headed on one hop right to the keeper. Good positioning, solid stop by Herrera all around to keep it at 2-1. Washington there getting on the other end of that. Search of what would have been his first goal of the season. Would have been a huge one as well. 24-year-old from Atlanta.
Once again, Williamson just playing off the shoulder of Murphy. And what that does, that draws out a center back to step off his line.
Looking for the insurance. This is Dawkins getting it back. Simon Dawkins fires off the post, but it's chipped on in. The follow-up is in from Christian Valesky in the perfect area. And there is some insurance for the Union. 3-1 in the 89th.
And it just comes off the heels, Drew, of you mentioning how important he's been in late situations and games. It's all about the patience to draw in Sargis, to make him make a decision. As he pushes the tempo, Guido's pointing across, but look at the center back. As he steps in, that's when you drift out. And then the man well-deserved of his goal, Valesky, working so hard, so unselfish in his instance. Ball kisses off that near post into the path of Valesky, and throughout his professional career, he's never going to have an easier finish. Well-deserved goal to get his 5th on the year, but all comes down to the recognition from Simon Dawkins, Guido as well. As the ball rotates over, Sargis has to crash towards him, give back ball. So well-worked goal in the end for Monterey Bay in the dying moments of this match, and you can't say it's undeserved.
Has now factored onto the score sheet twice. The assist on the Guido goal in the first half, and now the goal to his own credit here in the 89th. And while we still have stoppage time to go, that should pretty much do it. Not expecting a big number. Corner for Loudoun, they probably need this one. Cleared away. Looking for Zach Ryan there. And now some fun perhaps. Gleedle on the run. Rocha tracing back, has some space. This is Dixon. Dixon, right foot, and a goal! Exclamation point for Monterey Bay FC as Dixon tallies his 8th of the year. And it's 4-1.
And when the floodgates open for Frank Gallup, they open. It was not a matter of when or if, it was a matter of when they find the back of the net. Defensive efforts, Guido, we talked about him, how opportunistic he is, the work rate that he possesses to push the tempo. And then it's all about patience and decision-making. Lets Alex Dixon come across. And these are so tricky for an attacking player because your mind plays tricks on you. You don't understand what to do. Cool, calm, collected. Sends Farrell packing, clinical to that far post. No celebration needed. 8th goal in the year for Dixon. 4th in the night for Monterey Bay.
All celebration for the Chris Kelpendoon. 2 minutes of stoppage time. With the goal coming, might work its way closer to 3 or even more. But the result is known. Monterey Bay FC will move to 4-4-5 overall and pick up a much-needed 3 points, ending what was a winless drought in 5 consecutive regular season tilts. Meanwhile, on the other side, Loudoun will fall for the 7th consecutive match. That is not the final whistle. That is the final whistle. Monterey Bay 1-1 at half, 3 second half goals, including 2 insurance tallies late. And Monterey Bay FC wins it by a final score of 4-1 here tonight. Now move back inside the playoff position in the Western Conference. We'll be back to talk about it when we return in just a moment. 4-1 the final. Home side victorious tonight.
Coastal Roots Hospitality is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Monterey, Tarpe's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean fresh sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
It's a final from Cardinale Stadium, plenty to cheer about for the home fans as Monterey Bay FC defeats Loudoun United FC 4-1 the final. It's a 1-1 game at halftime, but the second half, it really opened up. Let's take a look back at how we played full-time highlights in this one tonight from Cardinale Stadium in Seaside. First half, 33rd minute, we'll start there. This was the game's opening tally for the hosts.
And this is just so good from McCoy to hold up play, but look at the things on the back end. Valesky continues his run and so unselfish. Just to put this into the path of Guido, and Guido picks out a corner. But it all comes down to that front three, the understanding as one pulls out a defender, one stretches, and one gets himself in a dangerous situation. Well-worked goal from Monterey Bay there.
Monterey Bay really dominating this first half. One opportunity for Loudoun United, and they did not miss.
And what a terrific insertion Akinmodi was into that back line, but then it's all about the movement from El Medcar. Off the shoulder of Moby Fair. It's not communicated between him and Wilmer Martinez, and what a delicate finish from El Medcar to get his goal on the night.
1-1 at the half as we move into the second half now, and it's Boone, bottom of your screen, 31 in the blue. And is this a pass? Is this a shot? I don't know, but it's a goal.
That's for sure. You're talking to Frank Yalp. How do we get Chase Boone on the score sheet? Probably not the way he envisioned it, but he'll take it. You start to see the ball hit the back of the net as an attacking side. The confidence is going to come out within, and then Simon Dawkinson's coming in. It's all about patience, drawing in Sargis, and as Sargis has to rotate back over, Guido goes reverse, and talk about the man being unselfish. He gets his goal in the end. Valesky just getting himself in a dangerous area, and he gets rewarded for it.
And that was not it for the exclamation point. That was in the 89th minute, first minute of stoppage time. The result was pretty much known unless Loudoun scored here and then scored again very quickly, but all the numbers up ahead, and here we go. Race is on. It's Gleedle first, but it tends to always go to the trailer, and a good feed and a better finish.
And just so good from Gleedle. First, it's the 93rd minute to continue his run and work rate like it's the first minute. Then it's the patience once again to let Alex Dixon come in off the shoulder. What a clinical finish. Sometimes when strikers get into that position, they don't understand how decisive he was. And it's game, set, and match. 4 goals to 1 for Monterey Bay.
Gleedle 1 goal and 1 assist. The same for Valesky, and Dixon picking up his team-leading 8th goal there. 16-8 were the shots, possession 55-45. In Loudoun, they tried to go over the top a bunch, and the flag went up 6 times on them.
And the message coming in from Monterey Bay was just finish your chances, and they did just that. 7 shots on target, 4 goals, but for Ryan Martin, again, managing moments. Too many times the lackadaisical within the back line and not getting enough numbers in that final third.
7 straight losses now for Loudoun United as Monterey Bay snaps a 5-match winless streak with the 4-1 victory here tonight, back into the playoff position in the Western Conference. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. For my partner Ricky Lopez-Espin and the rest of our team, I'm Drew Casey saying so long from Seaside, California. You've been watching USL Championship.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.